In the bustling heart of a modern Muslim neighborhood, where skyscrapers kissed the sky and the call to prayer still echoed between glass towers, lived a young man named Zahran. His heart was restless, pulled between the beauty of his faith and the glittering illusions that danced around him. Zahran worked long hours in a small bookstore. The shelves were filled with Qur'ans, poetry, and old manuscripts that smelled of wisdom. Yet, every evening, when he stepped out onto the neon-lit streets, temptations tugged at his gaze, faces, fashion, and fleeting desires. His soul longed for tranquility, but his eyes often betrayed him. One evening, while dusting off a thick volume of hadith collections, Zahran's eyes fell on a narration he had read many times, but that night it burned into his heart. "O young men, whoever among you can afford to marry, let him marry, for it is more effective in lowering the gaze and guarding chastity. And whoever cannot afford it, then let him fast, for it will be a shield for him." He whispered the words again, as though they were a secret message meant only for him. The next day, Zahran met Amira, a colleague who often came to the shop to buy books on Islamic history. Her speech was soft yet confident, her eyes lowered in modesty, and her character wrapped in dignity. For a fleeting moment, Zahran's heart imagined companionship, the serenity of marriage, the sweetness of a halal bond. But reality struck. His earnings were barely enough to cover rent. Marriage seemed like a mountain too high to climb. So Zahran chose the Prophet's counsel. He began fasting every Monday and Thursday. At first, hunger gnawed him, but soon he discovered something deeper. Fasting carved space in his heart for patience, strength, and clarity. His gaze lowered more easily, and his desires were tamed. Meanwhile, his friend Ramiz, a young man who laughed easily and lived recklessly, often mocked him. "Why starve yourself, Zahran? Life is short, enjoy it." But Zahran would smile gently, replying, "The messenger of Allah gave us shields. Why should I walk into battle without one?" One evening during Ramadan, the bookstore organized a small iftar gathering. Amira was there, helping serve water and dates. Zahran broke his fast with nothing but a sip of water, yet in that sip he tasted strength, the sweetness of obedience. Amira noticed his calmness, his quiet discipline. Respect grew in her heart months past. Zahran continued fasting, saving every extra coin with silent determination. His shield was strong, his heart guarded, and eventually, his patience bore fruit, his income grew, and he was able to propose honorably. The moral whispered through his life: marriage is light, fasting is shield, and discipline is beauty. Temptation may dress itself in bright colors, but the true jewel is in guarding the soul. And so Zahran's story became a living echo of that timeless hadith, a reminder that the words of the Prophet are not pages in a book, but lanterns for the road we walk.